This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk about the next day on SmackDown Live. You get one more throwback to the TNA days. The AJ Styles match you mentioned a moment ago wasn't really a match, but I do want to talk about AJ for a minute. He came in and very quickly WWE got behind him. I mean, he's had an incredible run, multiple time world champion. He's main eventing tons of pay-per-views. He's working on top everywhere he goes. But a lot of people probably wouldn't have predicted that for him when he was in TNA. When you first saw the news that he had left TNA and now he had left New Japan and he's coming to WWE, did you expect him to succeed the way he did, or did you think Vince's system might not see the value?
I knew Vince would see the value. What AJ needed, because he did try out for the WWE, I think, back when he started wrestling.
Yeah, back in 01, yeah.
Yeah, and he was good, but he didn't have a name. And he built up his name in TNA and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Built it up big enough that many fans knew who he was. And the gauge was when he came out at the Royal Rumble. And the fans were so excited it was AJ Styles. And, you know, a lot of WWE fans feel like, or a lot of WWE personalities don't think that WWE fans watch TNA wrestling. I think they do, yeah. Because they knew exactly who AJ was. And, you know, I think Vince saw the reaction and said, oh, wow, this guy's a star already. He hasn't even been here. You know, this is his first day and he's a star. I think that he had to build a name for himself, and he did it right. You know, it's a shame that AJ ends up in WWE when he's in his 40s.
Right.
You know, Vince, I was told Vince, when he met up with AJ after AJ won the world title, you know, was wrestling for the company, won the world title. Vince went to him and said, I wish I would have hired you 10 years ago. And that tells you exactly how Vince feels about AJ. So, you know, AJ's a star. He is, you know, when he came into WWE at that particular time, he was the number one top best wrestler in the world, the best performer. Mm-hmm. Just from a wrestling standpoint, he was the top guy.
Did you watch any of his New Japan stuff? I know you had a little New Japan run as well. Did you keep up with any of his stuff over there?
No, I didn't really keep up with it. You know, I think you had to have an app to see it. And,
yeah.
You know, it was just, it was relatively new back then, you know, the whole app thing and AJ, yeah. You know, being there at the time. But I knew how talented AJ was. I mean, I wrestled him 250 times in TNA, you know, at the pay-per-views, TVs, and house shows. I just knew that if WWE got a hold of him, there would be no limits. He would go far beyond anybody else. He deserves that recognition. He deserves that credit.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.